All right, let's talk about something super important, portfolio diversification. But wait, don't tune out. We're going to skip all that dense financial jargon. Instead, we're going to use some really simple, powerful metaphors that'll make everything click. Promise.
Okay, so to kick things off, I've got a question for you, and it's a bit of a weird one. What on earth do dating and investing have in common? Yeah, I know it sounds strange, but stick with me because the answer really gets to the core of what diversification is all about.
Okay, let's be real. You wouldn't go on one amazing first date and then immediately decide to pour all of your time and emotion into that one person, right? No way. You'd get to know them, you'd keep your options open. Well, guess what? Investing is kind of the same deal. Putting every single penny you have into one stock, that's like going all in after that first coffee date. It's just incredibly risky. All right, so let's step away from the dating world and head to the breakfast table. This brings us to our next big idea, and it's a tasty one. Thinking about your portfolio like it's the most important meal of the day. You know that classic saying, don't put all your eggs in one basket? Well, when it comes to modern finance, that advice is more true than it has ever been. Seriously, just relying on one single investment to do all the heavy lifting for you, that's just an old-school strategy. It's not built for the kind of market we're in today. So, a healthy portfolio is just like a balanced breakfast. You wouldn't just eat a bowl of pure sugar for breakfast, would you? Of course not. You need a good mix, some protein, some carbs, some vitamins. It's the same in finance. Think of your stocks as those high-energy carbs, and maybe your bonds are the steady, reliable protein. But a really balanced plate, it also has other stuff, like a little real estate or some international assets, the other essential food groups. When you put them all together, you create a financial diet that's way, way more resilient. And that word, resilience, that's key. It leads us right to one of the biggest benefits of diversifying, protection. See, it's not just about trying to grow your money as fast as possible. It's also about building yourself a financial safety net. Okay, so let's just nail down the textbook definition real quick. What is diversification? It's really simple. It's the practice of spreading your investments around. That's it. The whole point is to make sure you're not too exposed to any one thing, so that if one investment takes a nosedive, it doesn't sink your entire ship. I love this analogy. Investing without diversifying your portfolio, it's basically like riding a bike with no helmet. Yeah, you might be totally fine for a while, zipping along, but one bad fall could be, well, catastrophic. Diversification is the helmet. It doesn't mean you'll never fall. You might still take a spill when the market gets bumpy, but it protects you from that really serious, hard to recover from kind of financial injury.
All right, let's switch gears one more time. I want you to imagine all of your investments are at a party, a big financial mixer. And just like at any party, not everyone is the life of it at the exact same time. And for your portfolio, that's actually a really, really good thing.
You've got your early birds, the investments that show up early and are full of energy. They absolutely thrive when the economy is booming and everyone's feeling optimistic. But then you've also got your night owls. They kind of hang back, but they perform much better when things get a little more uncertain. They offer that stability when the early birds are maybe getting a little tired.
So, for example, your early bird tech stocks. They might be soaring when the market is in growth mode. But then, what happens when things get choppy and volatile? That's when your night owl bonds step in and provide that crucial stability. So by having both types of guests at your portfolio party, you're making sure that something is probably doing well no matter what the general mood of the market is.
Okay, so we've talked about dating, breakfast, and a financial party. Let's wrap all of this up and bring it together into one last really powerful idea, assembling your own financial all-star squad. And this is really the main takeaway. Building a diversified portfolio is exactly like putting together an all-star team. Think about it. Every single asset has a special role, a unique skill. Your growth stocks, they're your star strikers scoring goals. Your bonds, they're your rock-solid defense. Now, not everyone on the team is going to have a perfect game every single time, but it's their combined strengths that make the entire team so much stronger, so much more resilient, and ready for whatever the market throws at them. That is the ultimate financial squad goal. So you see, diversification isn't some boring chore you have to do. It's the art of building your own personal dream team for financial success. And that really just leaves one last question for you to think about. Who's on your financial squad?